We got a thumbs up from our FTA. That means drives behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we go. Last match of round number 1 in this double elimination playoff bracket. Looks like we've got a bunch of Blue Alliance scores so far, but Red Alliance able to get that Bare Metal team up on that bridge balanced. They're going to take the advantage out of Autonomous, 58-39. As we move into the teleoperator controlled portion of this match, we've got teams whip across the field. Big collision by Mutonics and Red right there in the middle. Neither of them seem to be phased. You cannot make this far in the year without having a reliable, robust robot. So both of those teams are showing it off right there. Great engineering by Mutonics and Bread. Red is still holding that advantage out of Auto, 185 with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this match. They are having amazing coordination on this Red side of the field. They are coming in, not getting each other's way, and scoring 1, 2, 3, bang, bang, bang. Looks like a team has lost a pulley and a belt in the middle of the field. It is roughly swerve module sized. So we will see if any of these teams have difficulty driving for the rest of this match. Hard to tell exactly who may have been affected there. Everybody seems to be driving pretty well so far still. We'll keep an eye on that to see if any of these teams start to have issues. With just under a minute left in this match, we've got the Red Alliance flying across the field. They're starting to double score cones, even though they still have 3 nodes left to fill their grid. Those will not count as points until they fill that grid, but with 40 seconds left, I think they're probably going to be able to do it. Meanwhile, on the blue side of the field, they're still trying to fill up that grid. It looks like they have 1 node left to do it, and they are also opting to score some supercharged nodes. That sound means there's 30 seconds left in this match, and that Red Alliance has been holding on to this lead the entire match. They seem to have a little bit of hold on the lead, and they're not ready to get rid of it. So with 15 seconds left in this match, we're going to transition to the end game. You'll see 3 teams trying to climb up on that charge station. We've got 3 blue robots up, Bare Metal going up for Red. And that's going to be the end of the match. We've got 6 robots balanced on the charge station. Red had an advantage on the real time. We will see what our official scorers have to say about that. We'll be right back. We've got the scores from that last match going up. It's going to be the Red Alliance 216 to 190. They had the lead after Auto, and they just cruised on through all the way, never relinquishing it. All right, let's put up the bracket and see where these teams are moving. 60-36 Alliance is going to stay in the upper bracket. They'll face off against High Tide in match number 8. Meanwhile, Code Orange Alliance will go to match number 6 and face off against the Circuit Breakers and Hawaiian Kids. RSN, what do you got?
We've talked about how one of the most important qualities an alliance can have here at Chezy Champs is good coordination, and the Red Alliance absolutely delivered in this match. Steve, Evan, what did you think?
Well, we're going to go to the replay here and look at the last 30 seconds of this match because there's a couple really cool things that happen. So first off, you'll notice on the Red Alliance, they've already started supercharging nodes. They do not have a full grid yet, but they have confidence in their alliance partner and the plan that they're going to get there. So as they're filling up the grid, they're adding extra game pieces to those nodes, but those won't count until they have a full grid. So now at 30 seconds, the Red Alliance comes in, puts the last piece in the bottom row, and all of a sudden that score jumps huge points as all of those extra game pieces suddenly go into the score and counting 3 extra points apiece. As we're winding down, Blue Alliance now coming across, holy cows, dropping the last one, and same thing happens. Big score jump up to 160 points as they finish their 9th link, and then Bare Metal with this super smooth side climb with just a few seconds left.
Really excited to see how that Red Alliance takes on the challenge of getting those extra game pieces at the end with the opportunity for a balanced charge station with 2 robots on it, and then the 3rd robot able to come in after that. So don't need as much coordination, all 3 robots ready to go up at the same time.
Yeah, and we'll be heading down to the lower bracket here in just a minute for match 5. We've got Alliance 8 over on red up against Alliance 4 over on blue.
Yeah, and one thing to remember as we head into our later rounds, this is a lower bracket match. The loser is eliminated. Their run at Chezy Champs is done. So this is do or die for both of the alliances. Steve, what do you think we're going to see?
Well, I think that the Blue Alliance that we're going to see in this next match, they had a great opportunity in their first matchup, but their coordination on the endgame platform was not up to par, and that was the difference in that match. This match, they're hoping to just clean that up a little bit, and then they'll probably get the win.
And don't forget, our number 8 alliance, they did lose to a number 1 seed with over 200 points. So it's anybody's game, despite the difference in alliance position.
Absolutely. We'll see how these two teams do. We're going to send it on over to the field for introductions for match 5.
All right, we are here at match 5. Once again, we are in the lower bracket. The winner of this matchup will move on and continue in the lower bracket. Unfortunately for the loser, that's going to be the end of their day here at Chezy Champs. This is looking insane. These 2 alliances are absolutely fantastic. This would have been a great finals on any Einstein division this year, any division moving Einstein, but here at Chezy Champs, it's in the lower bracket. So let's start off over here with alliance number 8, captained by 3847.
From Houston, Texas, it's Spectrum.
In the middle, we've got team 3538.
From Rochester, Michigan, it's the Robo Jackets.
And rounding out this alliance, they're the tank drive that everybody loves. They're going to hold out as long as they can. Austin's giving me a thumbs up. It's 971.
From Mountain View, California, it's Spartan Robotics. Not on field is 114 Eagle Strike.
All right, down here on the blue side of the field, we've got alliance number 4. Their captains, 4270.
From Honolulu, Hawaii, it's the Crusaders.
Joining them in the middle, their alliance partner, 148.
From Greenville, Texas, it's the Robo Wranglers.
And rounding out this number 4 alliance, it's 2075.
From Grand Rapids, Michigan, it may or may not be Enigma Robotics. Now on the field for the Blue Alliance is 3663 CPR.
All right. Looks like we are ready to get this match going. 971 still adjusting the driver station. Looks like they're all set. Okay, drivers behind the lines. Let's get this match going in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to our first elimination match in this playoff series. Both of these alliances trying to stave off elimination and not be sent packing home. 35-38 for the Red Alliance. They're balanced on the charge station. Crusaders for the Blue Alliance didn't respond in kind to that. As such, the Red Alliance is up. But we know how potent some of these Blue Alliance robots are on offense. All of these Blue Alliance robots, in fact, incredibly capable offensive machines, scoring high courtesy of Crusaders and Robo Wranglers. But here comes the Red Alliance. Jukebox from the Robo Jackets, note block from Spectrum, scoring cones. 971 joining the tank drive terror, spinning around a little bit in the field, and now getting ready to score some cones up high. All three Red Alliance robots doing so. The Blue Alliance has closed the gap to Red with a little under 90 seconds remaining. Some hard impacts in the middle of the field, a little bit of opportunistic defense, trying to slow down your opponent's cycles. Red Alliance marginally ahead at the moment, but Blue Alliance has been the one with momentum here. But that might be stalling as 148 appears to have some drive issues. They're going on that charge station, secure those points nice and early. Meanwhile, on the Red Alliance side of the field, Robo Jackets and Spectrum, as well as 971, get into a good rhythm. They're pulling ahead of the Blue Alliance. But Enigma Robotics not content with that, having a phantom cone as they head back to go grab the cone that they meant to go grab earlier. 971 dodging the traffic from their two partners. They're getting ready, headed back towards the Alliance community, extend the lead over Blue. This Red Alliance only a couple game pieces away from a supercharged node. A piece of Viper has flown off Spectrum. That could prove disastrous for this Red Alliance. Spectrum head towards the charge station. There's heads up driving from them. 20 seconds remaining. We've got two robots no longer functional on both of these alliances. But the Red Alliance is up. 10 seconds left. What are we going to see on these charge stations? The Blue Alliance trying to move their equal partners. Red Alliance is balanced. Blue Alliance trying to manage that charge station as time expires on that match. The results are in. We're going to be seeing the first alliance to be eliminated here at Chezy Champs. The Red Alliance takes this match 193 to the Blue Alliance's 150. So please help me give a hearty congratulations to the number 4 Alliance. They have been eliminated from play here. Team 4270, 148, 2075, and 3663. Let's see where this number 8 Alliance is going in the bracket. The number 8 Alliance will be playing as blue against the loser of match 8 in match number 10 in round 3. RSN, take us through that match.
193 points secures the 8th seed Alliance's spot in match 10. An unfortunate loss for our 4th seed Alliance, but a big congratulations for putting their best foot forward today. Steve, Evan, what do you think of the match?
Spectrum there, before they lost their bump, were really helping out their alliance by going to the single substation to pick up hones. 971 also picking up cubes from the floor. So just making a good flow there for the alliance, because they like to go around charge stations, so their loading zone has to be especially clear.
Yeah, a couple missed game pieces in auto. 148 actually goes and snags the cone from the middle of the field. Spectrum didn't fit to pick up, but then midway through the match, it looks like something went wrong with the drivetrain. And so not even being able to switch to defense, they go and try and get on the charge station early and try and make sure that they're there for their alliance partner to do the triple. But at that point, in these matches with these teams, like, it's number 8 Alliance, and they're still going to put up a really, really high score. You just can't afford to have those kind of failures happen when it's do or die, and that was that.
I absolutely agree. Up next, we have match 6. We've got our 2nd seed Alliance over on red up against 6 over on blue.
Yeah, and a chance for redemption here for the Red Alliance. 696, 359, and it looks like they're putting their other partner in 4738, the Patriotics, see if they can pull something out here. But this alliance had some issues in their first round, losing a battery, robot down after auto. So if they can clean it up, I think they can really put up some big points.
Yeah, Blue Alliance in their last match put up 190 points. They're looking to just improve a little bit, where the Red Alliance, we really haven't seen them at their best.
Yep.
So this is a brand new matchup.
Absolutely. We will see how these teams do. Both teams looking to go back up into the bracket. We're going to send it on over to the field for introductions for playoff match 6.
Let's meet the teams for the second match in our lower bracket. First up, still wearing the battle scars from their previous match, look to prove themselves in this match. It's 696.
From Glendale, it's the Circuit Breakers.
In the middle for red, it's 359.
From Wailua, Hawaii, it's the Hawaiian Kids.
Last up for red, it's 4738.
From San Diego, it's the Patrobots.
Over here on the Blue Alliance side of the fields, Team SoCal is back, and they're going to be first up for blue. It's 1538.
From San Diego, it's the Holy Cows.
In the middle, 7157.
They're called Mubotics.
And the Alliance captain of this 6-seed Alliance, 3476.
It's code Orange. Not on the field for both alliances are 4255 for red, they're the Robadors, and 3647, they're the Millennium Falcons for blue. Hey, Stanford, it's that time again. I have a question for you.
Please hurry up, 7157. Save me from this.
Why do chicken coops only have 2 doors?
Tell me, Tom.
Because otherwise it would be a sedan. A chicken sedan.
Yeah, I get it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. These guys know what's up.
We got a thumbs up from our FPA. That means drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, match number 6, lower bracket. These teams are fighting for their playoff lives. They are trying to move on into that upper, or continue in that lower bracket. It looks like both Mewbotics and Circuit Breakers having some issues getting up on those bridges. We are tied out of autonomous mode, 42-42. Both alliances executing about the same in that autonomous period. This is going to come down to teleop. So far, so good for the Red Alliance. We've got 3 robots driving, and that is a massive improvement over their last match. So they're probably going to be happy with that moving forward. Right now, the score is still pretty much tied, 53-52 in favor of the Red Alliance. But all teams are flying across the field, trying to score as quickly as possible. We've got 359 and 1538 pirouetting across, not touching each other in the middle field. Excellent driving by both teams. If you move your attention to Team 359, the Hawaiian Kids, you'll watch their driver rip across the field, spin, and manage to avoid all contact with their partners and with their opponents. Absolutely fantastic drive by 359, the Hawaiian Kids. One of the best I've seen all weekend. With a minute left in this match, the Blue Alliance has taken a small lead, 113-112. But Red Alliance has a few robot scoring game pieces come down the field right now. So we'll see if we can close that gap pretty quickly. Right now, Blue Alliance up by 10, but Red Alliance is screaming across the field with 1, 2, 3 game pieces. They look like they're about 2 game pieces short of a full grid, perhaps 3. On the blue side, they are also 2 game pieces short of a full grid. So we'll see if these teams can finish off those grids with 30 seconds left. Looks like 359 is able to place the last piece for Red. Meanwhile, the Blue Alliance has also filled their grid. So we are into supercharging mode. Let's see if these teams can double score in notes. 2 game pieces in 1 scoring spot is an extra 3 points. With 10 seconds left, I don't see any robots moving onto the bridges. And here we go with 5 seconds left. We've got 6 robots trying to bounce. Red is over. Blue is not balanced. Red has 2. Oh, wow. That was tight until the finish. And unfortunately for Blue Alliance, they're just not able to get that balance. Good thinking by 47-38. It looks like they were going to mess up the balance there a little bit. They were really smart and kind of took themselves off the side, allowing their partners to take the double. Quick thinking by 47-38. Great driving by all. All right, we've got scores going up for that last match. And moving on in the lower bracket will be the Red Alliance with a score of 185 to 159. Unfortunately for Alliance number 6, that's going to be the end of their day here at Chezy Champs. So let's put our hands together for Team 3476 Code Orange, Team 1538 the Holy Cows, 7157 U-Botics, and 3647 the Millennium Falcons. Great job by Alliance 6. Let's move on to the bracket and see where Alliance 2 is going to be going here. Looks like Alliance 2 will go match number 9, so we'll wait the results of the next match, match number 7, to see what they'll play. RSN, take it away.
Welcome back to the desk, everyone. Francis is joining us
Hello.
here in playoffs. Hello, Francis. An exciting match 2. Our second alliance moves back up in the bracket. Evan, start to break down this match for us.
Yeah, this was a neck-and-neck match all the way through. A couple of small adjustments by both alliances. The Circuit Breakers bringing in their partner, Patrobots. That seems to have worked out well for them. On the other side, Mubotics looks like they made a small adjustment to their autonomous mode, helping them to get over that charge station. Unfortunately, they still don't manage to get it balanced. But both alliances scoring pretty evenly. We saw within 1 point even late in the match. And then we get to the last 30 seconds, Francis, and we're going to look at instant replay because it gets frantic.
Yeah, the last 30 seconds were wild here. We're down to 25 here on the map. As you can see, the score's extremely close. Red Alliance needs a few more game pieces to take the victory here if they're going to do it. We'll get started. Red Alliance is starting to pre-supercharge some of their nodes over here, scoring on that left side, but they still have that one gap up here corresponding to a spot right over that way. They're looking to get that down. Meanwhile, Blue Alliance, they're getting supercharged, getting their last few pieces in. Over here, Hawaiian gets push that cube into the node, get the points. And now here's an important part to look at real quick. We've got 3 red robots up here. They look like they're good. 3 robots on blue. This is like a classical double-triple balance. Okay, we're going to start playing here. And it goes wrong for both alliances. Both alliances have issues. Both robots falling off of the edge. What do? Red Alliance sees that they're ahead and sees that Blue Alliance has some issues, or at the very least is lucky enough to audible to just having 2 robots get that balance at the last second, while Blue has the robots fall, just getting the duck, and therefore not getting enough points. That's the proximal cause as to what caused their defeat in this match.
Yeah, some very smart, quick decision-making by the Red Alliance, understanding that getting the double balance is so much more important than failing a triple. Patrobots clearing off, allowing their partners literally less than a second get that clutch balance and allowing them to move on. And awesome to see them show their full capability, right? Remembering
Certainly.
back their first match, and so much went wrong. So now we're looking ahead to match 7.
Yep, we're back up in the upper bracket. We've got our first seed alliance led by the Citrus Circuit, 1678, up against our 5th seed alliance led by 2910.
Yeah, these 2 alliances, lots of really great teams here. These are all teams here that are like Einstein caliber or teams that you could see Einstein any given year. I expect a lot of points being scored. If I had to guess, my edge is on the Red Alliance, but don't count Blue.
They are a number 1 seed. It does look like they've brought in 5119 Berkeleyum, so that's their 4th partner, going to try that out. And on the other side, on blue, we saw Jack in the Bot the first match have that arm failure. See if they've got that fixed and what that alliance can do with a fully functional alliance. It's going to be a really exciting match. 2 powerhouse alliances going head-to-head.
Yep, and we're going to throw it down to the field for the rest of the introduction of these teams.
Thanks, RSN. All right, we're about to get going with match number 7. We've got a little bit of Chezy Champs history here. Last year, Chezy Champs, Team 254, partnered with Team 2910, but they fell to Team 1678. 254 and 1678 are now together. See if they make it happen. We're going to see what happens here in this match. We'll start over here on the Red Alliance with Team 254.
From right here in San Jose, it's the Cheesy Poofs.
Now batting for the Red Alliance in the middle driver's station, coming into play match number 2, it's 5419.
From Berkeley, California, it's Berkeleyum.
And rounding out this alliance, last year's Chezy champions, Team 1678.
From Davis, California, it's the Citrus Circuits.
And join them on the side, the 4th member of their alliance is 5199. All right, down here on the blue side, we're going to start off with team 5460.
From Lapeer, Michigan, it's Strike Zone.
Their partners in the middle, they won a championship with 254 just a few short years ago. Now they're going against each other. It's 16-19.
From Longmont, Colorado, it's Up Creek Robotics.
And in the last driver station, they're winding up. They're getting ready to go. It's 29-10.
From Mill Creek, Washington, it's Jack in the Pot.
Thanks, Dave. I really enjoyed waving this wood around. Yeah, the alignment technology.
Not on the field for Blue Alliance is 604 Quicksilver.
All right, we've got a thumbs up. We're ready to go. Let's get this thing rocking in 3, 2, 1, go.
We're back in the upper brackets. We've got our Red Alliance, your number 1 seed alliance, continuing their very productive autonomous routine. Just as I said at 254, missing a cue. Both alliances failing to grab the game pieces, stage at midfield. But they now break away as their drivers step forward, take their controls. 54-19 doing their signature move, grabbing up cubes from the ground in midfield, shooting them into the community for their partners to push onto the hybrid nose. Meanwhile, on blue, some heavy contact courtesy of the Chezy Champs. This is 29-10 and 16-19. Score for the Blue Alliance makeup deficit that they have to red. 54-19, misplaced for that shot. They shoot it into the Blue Alliance loading zone. But that's okay, they've already got another game piece. They're going to shoot it onto one of their hybrid nodes. Blue Alliance now just a couple points behind your Red Alliance. This match is closer than we might have expected. Under 90 seconds left. 254. That's the Chezy Champs, the 5-time world champs, placing a cone. As are the Citrus Circuits, completing the link for Red Alliance. Up Creek, 29-10, and Strike Zone for Blue. All three of those robots incredible in their own right, trying to make up what small deficit they do have to the Red Alliance. It is now tied. The Blue Alliance now up with under a minute to go. The real-time scores now showing the Blue Alliance just down by a small margin. Any calamity for either side of the field could be the difference maker in this match. The Red Alliance now supercharging nodes, multiple supercharged nodes on the bottom row. On the Blue Alliance side of the field, the Blue Alliance is only one game piece away from supercharging those nodes. Strike Zone placing a cone. Their first supercharged node of the match. The Blue Alliance is up with under 3 seconds remaining. It's going to be all about these charge stations. Neither alliance committing to the charge stations, wanting to get those last second game pieces on. 12 seconds remaining. The Red Alliance has 419 staged on the charge station. The Blue Alliance now has all three of their teams staged on the charge station. They're going to get a level before time expires as we end that incredible match. We have your results. Just 3 points the margin. It's gonna be your Red Alliance advancing through the upper bracket, 221 to 218. Not all is lost for the Blue Alliance. They will be sticking around in the lower bracket. Let's see where both these alliances end up. Your number one alliance, they're going to be playing in match 11 against the winner of our next match, match 8. While the Red Alliance the Blue Alliance in that match will be playing as Red in match 9. 2 matches away from now against the number 2 seed Alliance. RSN, take us through that match.
Both alliances played such insane matches. Super great work from both our 1st and 5th seed. Francis, Evan, what did you think?
I gotta say, this is why we come to Chezy Champs. These kind of matches you want to see here at this event. 2 excellent alliances going toe to toe all the way until the very end. Fouls coming into play a little bit, but an extraordinarily close setup point there. Tons of supercharging. Evan, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, monster scores by both alliances. I don't think anybody would have believed earlier that 218 points would be a losing score. That is what we're seeing here. And I mean, ultimately, it's just little execution things. Both alliances had a couple misses in auto pickup, so that's something to clean up. It also looked like on Red Alliance, they had Berkelium chucking cubes over. They had a couple nodes where they ended up with 3 cubes in basically in a hybrid node. Only 2 of those actually count. So there's more points available for the teams, which is absolutely insane to think about.
I mean, if you are any of the other robots at this, or any of the other alliances at this competition, and you're going up against the 5th seed in the losers bracket, you should be shaking in your boots because this alliance comes to play.
Yep.
And on top of all this, last round we saw 2910 busted.
Yeah.
They broke their robot and fixed it, and then came back and did this performance with their alliance partners in blue.
Yeah, obviously really practiced pit crew, able to go in there, fix what needs to be fixed. They probably actually just did a complete arm swap. We've seen them do it before at earlier events in the season. So just incredible stuff. And yeah, I mean, the lower bracket is going to be insane.
Cutthroat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Spectrum and the Alliance upcoming in match 9 here is going to have a tough job to beat 2910. They're going to be out for blood for sure. But before that, we've got match 8. We see the return of 4414 High Tide and their Alliance partners up against Peninsula Robotics and their partners over on blue.
Yeah, both of these are super high power alliances. We saw Bare Metal pull off the side climb at the end of their last match. They, not really pressed for time in that one, but if they need to run another cycle, that is an X factor here that we can look out for. So it's going to be great. These are going to be some super high scores, and we'll see what happens.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yep, let's throw it down to the field.
Let's meet the teams for this playoff match number 8. First up in red, Alliance 7. First up for them is 4499.
From Fort Collins, Colorado, it's the Highlanders.
In the middle for red, it's 581.
From San Jose, it's the Blazing Bulldogs.
Last up, their Alliance captain, it's 4414.
Ride the wave with High Tide. And their 4th alliance partner, Team 1868, Space Cookies.
On the Blue Alliance side of the field, it is your 3rd seed alliance. First up for them is 5940.
From Redwood City, it's BREAD, Brad.
In the middle, 2046.
From Maple Valley, Washington, it's Bare Metal.
And last up, the Alliance captain, it's 6036.
From Palo Alto, it's Peninsula Robotics. They are joined by their 4th alliance partner, Team 8033, Highlander Robotics.
We're ready to go here. Drivers behind the lines. 3, 2, 1, go!
Match number 8, upper bracket. Win and you move on into the rest of the upper bracket. Lose and you will fall to the lower bracket. Autonomous mode. Looks like blue is out to a hot start. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game pieces scored. Perfect auto for blue. Red Not as perfect, but they're still pretty close. Down 12 right now. We move into the teleoperated portion of this match. We got robots scream across the field already. The Red Alliance has scored a few more game pieces. Blazing Bulldog going with a mid-cube. Their partners High Tide and Highlander going to pick up a few of their own. High Tide has been slamming into other teams in the middle of the field. They have a robot which has 8 motors in the drive. They weigh 130 pounds. That is max weight plus 5 pounds they were allocated for Chezy Champs. That is a heavy, fast robot. Collisions with that's not something you're going to want to do. We move on here with 1 minute and 25 seconds left in this match. It looks like Blue has been able to get out to a pretty sizable lead. They're up by about 30 points, but as you have seen, these leads can be disintegrated quickly. But Blue is out there executing really well. Red and Bare Metal screaming across the field, trying to get pieces up as quickly as they can. Right now we have Highlanders and Blazing Bulldogs going bang, bang, right on the middle tier of their grid with cones, and High Tide coming in with a third. That's 3 game pieces in about 2 seconds. Great job by the Red Alliance. Really good coordination out there on the field. All of these teams are playing incredibly well right now. There is not much in this, but right now Blue has the advantage. Looks like Blue Alliance is 1 piece away from completing their grid on the lower grid. Red Alliance is a few away. They need a few cones and a few cubes to it. Here comes Peninsula dropping that cube. They've already got some supercharge, so that blue score is going to pop up even more. Right now it looks like it's 180 to 150. Blue Alliance on top. We've got about 10 seconds left in this match. Teams will start to try to climb that charge station. We've got 2 bounce for Blue. Here comes Bare Metal. Bada bing, bada bang, and bada boom for High Tide right at the buzzer. All 6 robots balance on those charge stations. That counts for the same amount of points, so it's going to come down to those grid points. Every move you make in this game matters. It is so important to execute as well as you can for the entire 2 minutes, 15 seconds. We'll be right back with scores. We have the results from that last match. It's pretty close, but it's going to be the Blue Alliance with a score of 213 to 207. Blue Alliance will stay in the upper bracket. Red Alliance will move down to the lower bracket. They will still have a chance to redeem themselves. Let's go back to the bracket here and check out just where these teams are going to be. So as you can see, the number 3 Alliance will move into match number 11 in the upper bracket. They're going to take on the Citrusy Poofs. And in the lower bracket, you can see the High Tide Alliance number 7. They're going to be taking on the Spectrum Robo Jackets and Spartan Robotics team. RSN, what do you got?
Only 6 points separating these teams, and our 3rd seed Alliance takes the win. Evan, what did you think?
It was neck and neck for a lot of it, but Blue Alliance jumping out to an early lead, holding that throughout, and it seemed like they had the edge, but we saw a huge score jump from Red at the end that looked like maybe they were going to be able to pull back, and ultimately they closed the gap, but still not quite enough. We're going to queue up the instant replay here, just about 30 seconds left in the match, and watch how Red does this.
Yeah, so right now we'll see we've got 28 seconds left, and Red Alliance down by nearly like 35, 40 points here. That is an insane amount of points in this game to be down by. But with the last couple game pieces scored, finishing these links at the top gives them a good advantage. Now they're still down by over 32 points with only 15 seconds left in the match. We'll get a couple of pieces back in that low goal, finish off all our links, get that last supercharged node, and all of a sudden, oh my goodness, we are so close. Within 6 points here. We were going crazy. Bare metal over in the corner. They need to climb up there to get that the final points they need to secure the win. They had some trouble in the past season, but here at Chezy Champs, money, no problem getting up on the side. Red Alliance also gets their double, giving the Blue Alliance the victory in the end there. But super close. It looked like it was going to be a blowout until those last few bits and pieces locked themselves in.
Yeah, score jumps at the end, all those supercharged nodes and all those links come in. And then it's down to the climbs. Both teams execute. Blue Alliance had more points on the grid. They take away the victory.
Yeah.
That sets up a showdown in match number 11 in the upper bracket with number 1 seed.
Yeah, let's take a look at that bracket really quick here to see what's going on. We have our winners bracket. Oh, never mind. We're going to take a look at the bracket later on after this here. But instead, we'll take a look at our next match going down to the losers bracket. Excuse me, the lower bracket down here. We just saw 29-10 play a great match against 254 their alliance, and they're facing the Clone and the Hawaiian Kids.
Yeah, these two robots have faced off against each other and played together earlier in this tournament. Of course, partners here matter a lot, and what we saw from Red in the previous round was an absolute monster score. So if they can keep it up, I think they're favored here, but Blue Alliance obviously is going to try and fight it out and show that they're the ones to move on.
Absolutely. We're going to send it down to the field for introductions for match 9.
All right. We're going to get these teams on the field. We're going to let you know who they are playing in this lower bracket match. This one is going to be a good one. Let's start off with Team 2910.
From Mill Creek, Washington, it's Jack in the Pot.
Their partners in the middle station, it's Team 1619.
From Longmont, Colorado, it's Up Creek Robotics.
And rounding out this alliance number 5 is 5460.
From Pierre, Michigan, it's Strike Zone.
Rounding out this team not on the field right now, a member of this alliance is Team 604. All right, we're going to come on here down to the blue side of the field. Start this out with Team 4738.
From San Diego, California, it's the Patrobots.
Their partners in the middle, it's 359.
From Wailua, Hawaii, it's the Hawaiian Kids.
And rounding out this alliance, the alliance captain, alliance number 2, it's 696.
From Glendale, California, it's the Circuit Breakers. Not on the field for the Blue Alliance is 4255, the Robo Doors.
Hey, Stanford.
Yes.
You want a s'more?
What did you say?
You want a s'more?
Sure.
You gotta say s'more or what?
Sport
Never mind.
what?
That song was in The Sandlot, which is a great movie. I might be dating myself. All right, we've got thumbs up from our FDA. The gates are locked, the bots are on, and green beans go. So let's go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Once again, this match is going to be a good one, folks. We got the two clones mirroring each other on the opposite sides of the field. Jack and Bot doing that signature Yoshi auto. But on the Red Alliance side of the Blue Alliance side of the field, I can't tell what's happening there. Somehow, the circuit breakers have successfully broken physics. Isaac Newton rotating in his grave right now, but whatever. Here we go. The Red Alliance is up as the drivers take their control. All of these robots flying around the field. Up a creek, Jack in the Bot, and Strike Zone. This incredibly powerful Red Alliance, all scoring simultaneously. But here comes the Blue Alliance. 696, 359, two very similar robots. The other robot looks like a giraffe. That's pretty awesome. It's Jerome scoring up high for the Blue Alliance, newly completing the top row. On the Red Alliance side of the Strike Zone, getting ready for the placement. They secure that, and they are now completed the entire top row, extending the Red Alliance lead in this match. 29-10 running into their own partner with breakaway cleanly. Score a cone on mid. One more and they'll have finished out that middle row. Red Alliance still taking lead in this match, but Blue still scoring relentlessly. Now 16-19, playing some opportunistic defense. Actually, 696 is the one playing defense at the moment, trying to interrupt the cycles of that Red Alliance. Some hard hits, more PLA flying around the fields. Those corners that are protecting the motors in their swerve modules breaking apart. That is the loudest cube pop I've ever heard. But the Red Alliance filling up their entire grids. Now time to see some supercharged nodes here on red. Blue Alliance only a couple of game pieces away, under 30 seconds. 54-60, stuck on their own cube, having some drive issues. This could be devastating for the Red Alliance. They could be missing out on those charge station points. Under 15 seconds remaining. 16-19 trying to push their immobile partner into their community, but that could affect their ability to get on the charge station. Red Alliance got two robots on and level. Blue Alliance, three robots on and level. And we will have your actual results in just a moment. We have got your official results. It's going to be your Red Alliance winning this match, staying alive in lower bracket, 200 to 180. Before we see where they're going to end up in our bracket, please give a round of applause to your second seed alliance, led by 696 and joined by 359, 4738, and 4255. Let's take a look at the bracket to see where your number 5 seed alliance is going to end up. They're going to be playing in match 12 as the Blue Alliance against the winner of our next match, match number 10. RSN, take us through that match.
So much going on in that match. Our 5th seed alliance moving up in the bracket. Evan, start us off. What kind of strategies did you see from both alliances?
This was a crazy match from start to finish, and we'll see it on the replay here. But there's a couple things that I want to highlight as we go through. Starting in autonomous mode, watch the Blue Alliance. 696 goes over the charge station. They're going to come back. Their arm is going up, and they manage to perch perfectly, balanced but not engaged.
Yes, not worth any points, but style points all the same.
Yeah, so that sets us up for the chaos and craziness that is to come. One thing I want to highlight on the Red Alliance, you'll notice the strategy that they're playing here. Strike Zone, Jack and the Bot doing only cones, while 1619 up a creek are filling in the cubes. This is keeping everybody clear of each other at the loading stations. Everybody's got their assignments. Nobody's conflicting with each other. And they play this up until all the cones are placed. And as we start going through here, it seems like Red Alliance is running away with this match easy in hand. At this point, Jack and the Bot switches to cubes, and they're just filling up their grid. But as we start winding down, we'll get to it in just a second here. There is, you heard it on microphone, a huge pop right here. This cube is popped, and it's on the floor. Right now it's not a problem, and then Strike Zone runs over it. And it seems like that got caught up in their drivetrain somehow, and they're not moving. So all of a sudden, what seemed like a match that was well in hand for the Red Alliance, they're down a robot. They're still up a lot of points. They've still finished their grid. And watch what the Red Alliance here does in response to it. They're going to supercharge their node. 1619 goes over the charge station, pushes Strike Zone into the community for the extra 2 points, and then Jack and the Bot tilts the charge station the other way with 4 seconds left. They go up double balance. Meanwhile, Blue's got their triple, and the buzzer hits. So just incredible match play all around, and another 200-point score from our Red Alliance.
Yeah, we said it before, this alliance, you got to be careful because they are going to be nasty down in the lower bracket, probably eliminate many teams on their way toward the finals.
Yeah, I really love the coordination from that fifth seed alliance, because even with a team down, they didn't panic, they didn't, throw all caution to the wind. They communicated, they wrapped up the match really cleanly. Up next, we have match 10. I expect this one to be pretty close. We have High Tide leading our 7th seed alliance up against our 8th seed alliance led by Spectrum.
And our number 8 seed is still in it. I think that's something to really highlight, right? They've put together a really phenomenal alliance. Spectrum, RoboJackets, Spartan Robotics, 3 incredible teams, and they're fighting.
Yeah, I would say both these alliances are absolute fighters.
Yeah, and what's interesting is all these teams are so good. Some of these teams, this is their final match here at the event, and perhaps the season. And so it's a little crazy to think that maybe the world champion, this could be their last match before the end of the tournament. But I'm sure they're going to give it quite a fight before they go out.
Yeah, and I'm super excited to see how things turn out. We're going to send down to the field for introductions for match 10.
Let's meet these teams in our 10th playoff match. First up for Red, your number 7 alliance is 4499.
From Fort Collins, Colorado, it's the Highlanders.
In the middle, it's 581.
From San Jose, it's the Blazing Bulldogs.
Last up, their alliance captain, it's 4414.
From Ventura, California, it's High Tide. And the 4th member of this alliance is Team 1868, Space Cookies.
On the blue side of the field, your number 8 seed alliance. First up for them, it's 971.
From Mountain View, it's Spartan Robotics.
In the middle, 3538.
From Rochester, Michigan, it's the RoboJackets.
And finally, their alliance captain, 3847.
All the way from Houston, Texas, it's Spectrum. Joining them as their 4th alliance partner is Team 114 Eagle Strike.
Let's get this match underway. Drivers behind the lines. 3, 2, 1, go!
Here we go. Match number 10. Lower bracket all these teams fight and stay alive in this playoff tournament. Right now, we are winding down autonomous mode. It looks like both teams have a robot balanced on the charge station. Red Alliance with a slight lead on the grid, 53-50, as we move into the teleoperator portion of this match. It looks like Team 971 is yielding and waiting for the Robo Jackets to score. A little bit of coordination happening there on the blue side of the field. You need to be efficient in this game. If you are slamming into your partner, you're not going to be moving very fast. Sometimes it makes sense to just sit and wait for 1 sec for your partner to score, and they did exactly that. Meanwhile, red side of the field, they've got a little coordination of their own with 581 and High Tide putting up a couple game pieces. Interesting strategy developing on the red side of the field. If you draw your attention to where High Tide's robot is right now, you can see the Red Alliance has already started double stacking cones on the grid. There was a minute and 30 seconds left in this match when they started doing that. They must be very confident they're going to fill that grid. Interesting to see. We'll see how it works out for them. With a minute left in this match right now, the Red Alliance has the slice of advantages, 138 to 135. But Blue Alliance is trying to score as much as they can. We've got Spectrum and the Robo Jackets whipping across the field with cones, and Spartan coming right behind them. Robo Jackets put one up and almost into the bottom tier. They may have to fix that. And Spartan coming in and dropping one of their own on a mid-tier right there. Meanwhile, on the red side of the field, we are very close to a full grid. Blazing Bulldogs drop a cone in. It looks like High Tide has placed the last cube in the bottom. Red now has a full grid. That strategy of double stacking really is going to pay off for them, and it looks like it has. A big board, 180 to 155. With 10 seconds left in this match, let's see if these teams can get up and climbing. And a Blue Alliance is up. That is up and good. Red Alliance, buzzer beater. It looks like 44-14 was able to push their robot up the ramp just enough as time expired. And old Isaac Newton did the rest there, pulling it down and balanced. Great job by the Red Alliance. That was a really close, really exciting match. We'll be right back with the final scores. We've got the final score of that match, and it is a close one, but there is a clear winner, and is the Red Alliance moving on to the last part of the lower bracket. That means that Alliance number 8 will be ending their day here today at Chezy Champs. Let's give a big round of applause to 3847 Spectrum, 3538 Robo Jackets, 971 Spartan Robotics, and 114 Eagle Strike. Great job by Alliance 8. So now we can bring up the bracket and see what we're going to be looking at next. All right, we've got a full upper bracket ready to go and a full lower bracket ready to go. You can see 44-14 moving into that 7 versus 5 matchup. And we'll have all these matches coming pretty soon. We've only got 4 alliances left. RSN, tell us what we're going to see.
The Red Alliance take that win 216-207, but our 8th seed Alliance still managed to put up so many points in every single playoffs match. So big shout out to them. What did you guys think of this match?
I mean, it was a nail biter, and Red Alliance absolutely pushing the limits. We're going to check out the instant replay here, going at double speed to see the whole thing. But Red Alliance continuing their strategy of starting to supercharge nodes really early in the match, having confidence that they are going to fill up the grid and get all those points. A perfect auto from them, clearing and scoring every single game piece, getting all the mobility and balances, and they just go to work. High Tide is so fast at cycles, and they're just putting up points. Their alliance partner and them moving around the field so well. Blue Alliance are no slouch either. They did keep the score incredibly close, working around each other very well, making sure that all of those game pieces are getting filled in. The score jumps around a bit as links get finished different times and at different levels, but ultimately we see towards the end of the match, at 1 minute at this point, things are still reasonably close. Anything's possible. Red Alliance is already supercharging nodes, but they have not finished the grid. We've seen this from them before. This is their strategy clearly laid out, and they are going to push it until the very end of the match. We get to 30 seconds, and we're going to take you in real time as this goes down. Francis, what do we see?
One quick note here is we got a lot of empty space over here on the blue grid. That's probably because only 2 of the robots can reasonably get those game pieces. 971 is a robot that one of the few tank drives left, and they have that big arm. Hard to get down low, get those few pieces. But with one, I'm going to actually rewind it really quickly here. With 1 game piece scored here. Ooh, buddy, come on. We got 155. They're going to place 1 game piece over here. Boom, 177, a 22-point cone. Can't complain about that. Puts them way up. Red Alliance, they're going to get their last game piece in just a minute here. And they're also going to jump. And we get to the final part here, the climb that everybody so cares about here. Blue Alliance, we're going to pause with 5 seconds left. Blue Alliance, they're about ready to complete their climb. Everybody's in position. They're about ready to get going. 14 is over here at the grid with 5 seconds left. They have to get this stroke balance or they will lose. Blue Alliance gets the balance with 2 on the clock. Red, oh my goodness, they haven't even crested the apex of the ramp here. Last second, gravity does the rest of the work for them, and they get the balance. Absolute mad lads out there getting that final last minute balance there.
And that's what you have to do here, Chezy. You have to be pushing for those points, pushing it right to the limit, or you're not going to be able to put up the scores. 207 points and 200 over 200 points in every single match, and the number 8 alliance goes home.
Yeah. What else do you see a number 8 seed to score 207 points and then lose?
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of off seasons. This is my 6th out of 7th this summer, and I certainly have not seen that. So.
There's a lot of off seasons where the number 1 seed isn't posting those kind of scores. So we're just seeing some incredible match play. Getting knocked out at Chezy Champs in the lower bracket is no knock on these teams.
No.
We're left with the odd alliances now. The top 4, 1, 3, 5, 7, with 1 and 3 facing off in match 11 in the upper bracket, and then 7 and 5 facing off after that in match 12 to see who's going to continue on.
You know, these matches are all going to be great. I am really looking forward to match number 12 between the words I've never said before. The number 5 and the number 7 seed looks like a lit matchup here. These have been some alliances that have really come out and performed and worked well together and exceeded just the sum of their parts to do a really great job here in the playoff tournament.
I think we've got to recognize and credit the strategy teams and the scouting teams of these alliances. We think back to alliance selection. These captains are picking from lower seeded positions. There's a lot of teams here that have shown a lot of capability trying to put together an alliance that fits together, right? We have talked a lot about conflicts here. Everybody's picking autonomous modes that are compatible. They're picking partners that are picking up from compatible stations, and that's what it takes here. But, I mean, it's more than just the robots and the drive teams that you see on the field. Everybody working behind the scenes on these teams to make it possible for them to execute at this level with these alliances and put on the display that we're seeing here today. Yeah.
Well, with that said, with the next match coming up, what's going on here?
Yeah, got match number 11. We have got the Chezy Poop 254, 1678 Citrus Circuits up against 636 Peninsula Robotics. I'm sure we can expect this to be a very high score match. And these robots are just going to be zipping all across the field.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We got Red. They were the captain on their field at championship. Bare Metal, winners PNW District Championship. Chezy Poofs, they're the Chezy Poofs. Citrus Circuits, they're the Citrus Circuits. and you can't count out Robot Dolphins or Peninsula. They've shown up this weekend.
A little bit of a strategy change on the Red Alliance, pulling Robot Dolphins from outer space back in. So they're thinking that's the move for this match. It's going to be a banger, and we're going to see how it plays out.
Yeah, 5199 had 2 regional wins this year, so I'm sure they're going to be putting their best foot forward. We're going to send over to the field for introductions.
All right, here we go. Match number 11. This will be the conclusion of the upper bracket. The winner of this matchup will move into finals. Will be our first finalist. The loser of this match will still have another chance in the lower bracket. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. We're going to start over here on the red side of the field with Team 254.
From right here in San Jose, California, it's the Chezy Poofs.
In the middle of their partners, they are back in the lineup. It's 5199.
From Dana Point, California, it's Robot Dolphins from outer space.
And last but certainly not least in this alliance, we've got Team 1678.
From Davis, California, it's the Citrus Circuits. Also not on the field right now, and part of the Red Alliance is Berkeley, 5419.
All right, we're down here on the blue side of the field, alliance number 3. We're going to start out with Team 5940.
From Redwood City, California, it's Bread.
Next to them, they have one of the coolest balances. They come right off the side. It's 2046.
From Maple Valley, Washington, it's Bare Metal.
And rounding out this alliance, the captain, 6036.
From Palo Alto, California, it's Peninsula Robotics. Not on the field for the Blue Alliance is 8033 Highlander Robotics.
All right, last match of the upper bracket. Looks like we are ready to go. So drivers, please step behind the lines and let's get moving in 3, 2, 1, go.
We're underway. We're getting ready to decide our first finalist. Red Alliance continuing their autonomous domination, successfully grabbing all the game pieces from midfield. Blue Alliance leaving one on the table. It's the Red Alliance that takes the lead as the drivers take their controls. The Poofs, the Citrus Circuits for the Red Alliance grabbing game pieces. 5199 grabbing a cube from the ground, tossing on those hybrid nodes. They are filling out the cube runner roll on that alliance, but on the Blue Alliance, all of these teams, Swiss Army knives, they are doing everything. 5940 taking from the single substation. Their 2 partners taken from the double sub as they go all score cones for the Red Alliance side of the field. On red, they've got a lead. Another very loud cube pop. Seems it was in the Blue Alliance loading zone. Here comes the Poofs and Citrus Circuits, winners of 2 regionals together this year, as well as 2 regionals together last year. These 2 teams are very experienced playing with each other, and they are just proving that here. A little over a minute to go. They're holding a sizable lead over the Blue Alliance. The Red Alliance getting ready to fill up that grid. The Chezy Poofs scoring a cone off of a cone, but it's not going to count yet. They have not filled up that grid yet. On the Blue Alliance side of the field, they're only a couple game pieces away from filling up their grid. Air Metal pushing a cube onto one of the hybrid nodes, but it's the Red Alliance's match to lose with a little under 45 seconds remaining. 5940 and 254 getting together in midfield. The Red Alliance now exclusively supercharging these nodes. The Red Dolphins spinning their way over to the Red Alliance community. Under 30 seconds left is the Red Alliance with the advantage. The charge stations could swing the match in favor of the Blue Alliance. We'll just have to see what these teams can do on the charge stations. 5199 hopping over the charge station, pushing it down for their partners. 2046 revving up their signature move, that sideline. The Red Alliance trying to get balanced. They get it. 2 seconds left. Can Bare Metal get it? not quite quick enough on that one. We'll have your official results in just a moment. We have your results. We're going to have our first finalist here. It's going to be your Red Alliance. 233 points. They will be advancing to finals match number 1. The Blue Alliance dropping down to the lower bracket. Let's see their destination. Well, they're going to be playing in match number 13 as the Red Alliance against the winner of our next match. RSN, walk us through what just happened.
We got our first finalist here at Chezy Champs, the number 1 seed. Take it. I'd like to welcome to the desk here Clint and Stephanie. Thank you all for joining me here.
Thank you, Francis. I want to take a quick look at about 50 seconds left in that match. Take a look at what's going on, especially on the Red Alliance here. With 50 seconds left in the match, they are heading over to their grid, about to score those final pieces, and now we see it. Their grid is full. They already have 3 supercharged nodes, and that number is going to go up very quickly.
Yeah, tons and tons of points scored here. I believe that 223 would be the highest unpenalized score if you took those fouls away here for that Red Alliance.
Yeah, and then the other thing to notice as well is that 254 has a tendency to like to score on either the mid or the high with the cones. Looks like they prefer that. Usually most people are doing supercharged, they're just doing those hybrid nodes at the bottom. They have no fear of scoring high. You look at the last score that they do, they even put one on the high shelf, if you will.
Yeah, that's very rare for supercharging, but I guess they ran out of room down in the logo there to put those all in, and a double balance by both alliances. Now that being said, great job here by both these alliances. They put up lots of points. Nothing to be ashamed of for what they were able to do there.
Incredible scores here throughout our playoff tournament, and it's just getting better.
Yeah.
And the Blue Alliance is still put up a supercharged, 5 supercharged nodes as well. Red Alliance getting 9 supercharged, right? It's just amazing.
Yeah, that's a good thing about this format. We see 2 great alliances go head-to-head. One loses, but the loser still gets their chance to come back and see them again in the finals. Meanwhile, over here, we're into the lower bracket here. We've got these 2 alliances. This is a certified banger of a match here.
This is going to be a real interesting one. We've got 2910 Jack in the Bot with Up a Creek and Strike Zone taking on our Red Alliance.
Currently in playoffs, let's see here, the high tide team, they have about an average of 206, while 2910's Alliance had an average of 200. So there's 6-point differential between their averages. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a close match.
And that's including a match where 2910's arm was broken.
Yeah.
Yikes. Take it away. Can't wait to watch one.
Let's meet these teams for our penultimate lower bracket match. In red, it's Alliance 7. First up for them is $44.99.
From Fort Collins, Colorado, it's the Highlanders. There can only be one.
Say that again.
Go ahead.
In the middle for red, it's $5.81.
From San Jose, it's the Blazing Bulldogs.
Last up, the Alliance Captains is $44.14.
From Ventura, it's High Tide.
Over here on blue, your number 5 seed Alliance. First up for them is $56.40.
That's Strike Zone.
In the middle, your 2022 World Champions, it's $16.19.
From Longmont, Colorado, it's Up a Creek Robotics.
Last up, they're winding up. They're the Alliance captain of this 5th seed Alliance. It's $29.10.
Surprise! It's Jack in the Bot.
We got a thumbs up. That means drivers behind the lines. 3, 2, 1, go!
Here we go. Match number 12, lower bracket. Lose and go home, win and stay in. This match is going to be insane. We have some of the best teams here at Chezy Champs going head to head. In the autonomous mode, it looks like we have a perfect score on both sides. Every game piece possible scored for both alliances and Bridges Balance. High Tide and Highlanders taking a bite out of Strike Zone there, but Strike Zone able to survive a little bit of the carnage. It does not look like their partners 16-19 faring as well in the middle of the field. They are having a little bit of an issue. It looks like maybe one of their swerve modules is not able to drive right now. Unfortunate break for Blue. Let's see if they can get that sorted out. Meanwhile, High Tide and Highlanders are putting up cones on that red side of the field. their partners, Blazing Bulldogs, dropping off a cube to seal a few more points. 16-19, back to life, cruise across the field. They have a cube in hand, up and in. 16-19, wonderful job. Let's hear it for 16-19 coming back. Right now, the Blue Alliance still has an advantage in this match, even with missing a robot for about a half a minute. Really, really good stuff by the Blue Alliance, but Red Alliance is not out of it. They are soaring basically at will, ripping across the field. They've got some fantastic teams here. We're about to see High Tide and the Blazing Bulldogs drop a couple cones. 1 and 2 and 3 by the Highlanders. Bang, 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 right in a row. That's what it's going to take to get back in this one. But 29-10 in strike zone have some plans of their own as they rip across the field. Looks like they need one more game piece to secure that full grid. And here comes up a creek, dropping a full grid to the Blue. One more needed for Red. Here comes Highlanders. Can they get it? They're lining up. It's a full grid for Red. We are now supercharging everybody. We're going to see how many extra points we can get on this grid with 15 seconds left in this match. Really close to have these teams go into climb with so little time left. We saw High Tide pull this off last match. Blue is up. High Tide is up. Oh, at the last second, Red Alliance. It looks like Red Alliance knocked a cube out of their grid at the last second. That could be heartbreak for Red. We will have to see what the scores look like. Absolutely incredible match. We'll be right back with the scores. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the scores of that last match. Moving on to last match in lower bracket. It is the Blue Alliance 215 to 185. And with that, Alliance 7 is going to be going home. But let's put our hands together for 44-14 High Tide, 44-99 Highlanders, 581 the Blazing Bulldogs, and 1868 Space Cookies. Absolutely fantastic play by them. Once again, really amazing play here at Chezy Champs. Great job by Alliance 7. Robo Sports Network, what do you got?
Alliance 5 moving on to the low bracket finals here. Let's start us off.
Yeah, in the autonomous, Red came out super strong, getting a perfect autonomous. Everyone getting mobility. All 7 game pieces being scored on the grid, so it was a great start for Red.
Some incredible composure we saw from the Blue Alliance there. A partner dead early in the match for 30 seconds or so. that's tough. Mentally, for those drive teams, being able to play through that, continue scoring at the pace you need to, continue with your match flow, and just sticking to it and waiting, and that partner comes back, and you trust that everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. Let's take that. Let's go and take a look at our instant replay here. We're all the way through the beginning of, almost the beginning of a toss. We'll get this one started. We got 29-10 doing the last bit of the Yoshi auto. Reliance here, that perfect auto like you were saying, Clinton. And
Blue countered it with it at just the same. So both of them getting perfect autos.
yeah, very good job here. Now, what I like to say is 29-10 has built an interceptor of a robot. Small, fast, agile. 44-14 has built a battleship. Big, bad, fast. What happens when they hit in the middle of the field here? We're going to do it in just slow motion for my own edification. Boom. 44-14 catching air in the middle of the field here.
All four wheels off the ground.
Yeah, you got to love it. But doesn't phase either of those robots. They're going to keep on going.
2910's got that solid brass bar, helps keep things nice and low.
Yes, exactly.
With 2 minutes left in the match right here, Upper Creek had some issue, looks like. Rebooting, something happening, not moving for, like I said, about 30 seconds down the field. Blue still keep going out, taking a good lead by filling that top shelf.
It's incredible to see how close the match still is here.
Yeah, both these alliances going neck and neck, just running across the field. We still, this area of the field, very common to see a lot of contact with robots. We just saw another hit there. Lots of robots trying to bump by each other and get through. We did see some fouls come through. That's probably why we see a little bit of a blue advantage right here, despite the grids looking pretty close inside. But blue does get all 6 of these links up, so red actually has a lot of points that they can score as they come to the last part of the game here.
Yeah, Red has a tendency, the Red Alliance has been doing this the whole time of scoring their supercharged nodes early, knowing and hoping that they're going to finish that node. I think we have a situation here at the end where they need one more cube to finish that full grid. I think 44-14, the high doesn't realize it. They score low. Then all of a sudden they realize they're missing one. They go to pick it up, but for some odd reason they're not able to lift it up. They go for the climb because they think they ran out of time. So unfortunately, they don't get to take advantage of those 5 super scored nodes.
Yeah, it was really kind of too bad in that respect. But that being said, an excellent performance by both alliances here. Let's take a really quick look at our next match that's going to come up in just a couple of minutes here. It's going to be match number 13. This will be the loser bracket, the lower bracket. I keep saying that. The lower bracket finals. The alliances we just saw, and that incredibly powerful alliance led by over here on red.
Yeah, so because of that, we're going to be taking a quick break for some awards. But we'll have the 2910, 1619 Strike Zone Alliance coming back and taking on that bare metal bread.
The other thing to think about is the Blue Alliance, they've had 2 matches so far. Some of their alliances hasn't been working fully, right? If this alliance can get online, have all the robots working, they might be able to give it a good shot for this alliance and the next one to come. But they got to take one match at a time.
Yeah, and this is all for the right to play the #1 seed in the finals here at Chezy Champs. We're going to send it over to the field and get ready for some awards in just a minute here at Chezy Champs. Until then, we'll see you all in just a moment.
Please welcome to the field Chezy Champs lead judge, Andrew Torrance.
Thanks, Pat. The judges have had a really difficult time selecting amongst all of these teams who we will be awarding. For the awards ceremony, we ask that your team send either representatives or your entire team. We ask that you come down the sides of the field and enter at this gate to my front left. We also have opened up the pipe and drape so you can enter from any direction. Can we pause the music? Thanks. All right. The judges are proud to announce the Most Improved Team Award. This award celebrates a team who, in the endless pursuit of excellence, worked during the offseason or from year to year to improve their team, their robot, or their strategy. It is presented to a team who, in judges' estimation, has demonstrated the most improvement from their FRC season performance or from season to season. This team's strong student-mentor collaboration has enabled them to swiftly revolutionize their program. Their investments into facilities and training are already paying off. For Chezy Champs, they widened their intake, which led to redesigning the rest of their robot. Thanks to this, they are blazing a new path forward. Congratulations to Team 581 Blazing Bulldogs.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Team 5v1. Next, the Judges Award celebrates an exceptional team who doesn't fit into one of the other categories, but that the judges want to recognize nonetheless. The judges felt the need to reward this team for inspiring so many others. This team and its robot literally served as a model for others at this event. Their wristed intake and arm has proven itself to be an elegant and effective design, and their students expertly explained why. It was so nice, we saw it thrice. Congratulations to Team 2910, Jack LaBot.
Okay. Congratulations.
The Professionalism Award celebrates the professionalism half of gracious professionalism. It is presented to a team who, through their actions on and off the field, gains the pride and respect of not just their grandmothers, but also their school, sponsors, and co-competitors. This team does it all, supporting FTC, hosting their own FRC event, and forming connections across the FIRST community near and abroad. They cut through language barriers to sustainably grow new teams, all with a bright smile. Their skills run the gamut. Their intensive summer camp designed V1 of the robot they brought this weekend. We expect their lights to shine ever brighter, well beyond the ultraviolet. Congratulations to Team 3847 Spectrum! The Programming Award celebrates a team whose innovative and effective use of software and controls gives them a demonstrable competitive advantage on the field. This team successfully ran many three-piece autos throughout the weekend. Physics modeling and trajectory optimization makes their double-jointed arm the best of the West. Combine that with a dual camera system that tracks multiple April tags, this team has successfully integrated breathtakingly fast automatic scoring into their gameplay. This team is no island. Congratulations to Team 6036 Peninsula Robotics.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you, man.
Lastly, the Quality Award celebrates machine robustness and attention to detail that clearly illustrates exceptional quality in the conception and execution of the design. This team has a meticulously considered robot architecture with very clever use of customized parts. A design so good it inspired imitation. And their modularity, with an eye towards reconfigurability, provides options to make modifications throughout their marathon-length season. Traveling cross-country with their robot disassembled might give others a fright, but their systematic reassembly brings them delight. Congratulations to Team 3538 RoboJackets. Once again, congratulations to all of our teams. We hope you enjoyed your time here at Chezy Champs, and let's get on to the finals in the lower bracket. Thank you. Back to the matches.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you to all of our judges, and congratulations to all the teams winning an award. Really, really great stuff. We'll be right back in a few minutes. We're just going to let these teams finish cooling off who just had that last match. We're going to get the robots on the field, and we'll get going in just a bit. right, everybody. We're about to get going here. Match number 13. This will be the final match of the lower bracket. If you win this match, you're in the finals. If you lose, unfortunately, that's going to be it. So, no pressure. Let's start over here on the Red Alliance, the captain of Alliance number 3, 6036.
From Palo Alto, California, it's Peninsula Robotics.
In the middle, their alliance partners, 2046.
From Maple Valley, Washington, it's Bare Metal.
Rounding out this alliance, they're hungry to move on to finals. It's 5940.
From Redwood City, California, it's Bread. Not on the field for the Red Alliance in this match is 8033 Highlander Robotics.
All right, down here on the blue side of the field, we've got alliance number 5. They're trying to make their way into finals. It's 5460.
From Lapeer, Michigan, it's Strike Zone.
We've got a little bit of a change in the lineup here. Coming in at the last minute, trying to help their alliance move on to finals. It's 604.
Right from right here in San Jose, California, it's Quicksilver.
And last, but certainly not least, they're winding up. They're trying to pop into the finals. It's 2910.
From Mill Creek, Washington, it's Jack in the Bot. Not on the field for the Blue Alliance in this match is 1619 Up Creek Robotics.
All right, everyone. We are about to get started. Match number 13. Winner moves on to the finals. Loser goes home. Let's get this thing going in 3, 2, 1, go!
It's do or die time. One alliance going to finals, one alliance going home. Red Alliance 5940 and 6036 running around 6036, missing a game piece from the middle of the field. But so did the Blue Alliance. It's going to be the Blue Alliance taking the lead as the drivers take control of their machines. 6036 in short order, using that ground and take, grabbing a cube, placing it for the Red Alliance. 5640, 2046 getting together midfield. We're going to see a lot of situational defense played in this match. All of these robots on the field right now are deadly cyclers, sometimes too dangerous to be let alone. Quicksilver and Bare Metal getting together a little bit. They both go to their respective sides of the fields and score. 636 completing the top row of cones for the Red Alliance. It is pretty much neck and neck with a little over 9 seconds to go. Bread is stopped over there near the Red Alliance loading, so it could be devastating for them. The Blue Alliance taking the lead in the match. Bread springs back to life, scoring a cube, completing a link for the Red Alliance. Red Alliance back up, 5940, 604, getting together once again. Bread already placing another cube. They're going to be joined very quickly by Peninsula Robotics. The Red Alliance has filled up their top 2 rows. It's just hybrid from here on out. Jack the Bot, after their fight over the charge station, placing a cube, are already back in the Blue Alliance loading zone. The Red Alliance confident can supercharge these nodes. 636 placing a cone on top of another cone. That will count for points once they fill up their grid. This is a risky, gutsy play by the Red Alliance, but we'll see if it pays off. A little over 35 seconds to go. Bread placing one down low for Red. On the Blue Alliance side of the field, 2910 getting in the way. Quicksilver drops the game piece. 2910 scores it. 2046. They are now stopped near the Red Alliance loading zone. This could be it for our Red Alliance. 6036 on the charge station with Red. All 3 Blue Alliance robots on for Blue. We'll just have to see how this match shakes out as time expires. And our results are in for that match. We are going to have our second finalist. It's going to be a Blue Alliance. Alliance number 5, 176 to 160. And please give a round of applause to your number 3 seed Alliance, led by 6036 and joined by 2046. 59-40 and 80-33. They have played absolutely incredibly the entire playoff series. RSN, what just happened?
Blue Lions fighting their way back all the way through the losers bracket to get their seat at finals. Tell us what happened, gang.
It was a bit of a brawl out there. There was a lot of collisions. There was a lot of robots not quite working the whole match, but kind of coming back to life. Just wow.
Yeah, both alliances saw an unfortunate situation where they lost communication a little bit with one of their robots. So that's unfortunate, but both teams, both alliances experienced that. So
yeah, and both alliances scoring well below what they've been doing in the previous matches here. Yeah. But let's take a look at the replay to see exactly how that ended up happening. We're going to start here right during the beginning match. Autonomous has just finished here. We'll get this going.
So both of them started out with missing, I think, one game piece in auto. So putting them a little bit lower than what they've been in the past, some of these alliances. Both teams, like I said, still going out there scoring. It looks like Blue's doing a good job of focusing on that top row to complete it. It looks like about 130 here that I think they get finished up and seal all of the top licks.
Yeah, now one thing to point out is that there's a bit of traffic. You probably saw it over here earlier. 604, new to the Alliance so far in this playoff. Getting kind of in the same space that 2910 is also used to playing it right now, causing a little bit of delays. And right now it's showing Red Alliance has a pretty good lead going into the midway of the match.
This is a situation here where Red has top row, they have the mid row, and they have a lot of work to do on the bottom. But for some odd reason, the Alliance still thinks they're going to get there. Right now, 2 supercharged nodes on the top row for Red. 3 of them.
Yeah.
So
we're missing 2. We're missing 2 links down here on the lower goals. Yeah. Blue Alliance over here trying to fill in those last few holes to get some links, and they end up taking the lead here with 20 seconds remaining. But Red Alliance tons of work to do if they wanted to get those supercharging nodes to be worth points. And with 15 seconds left, Blue Alliance realized all they need is triple to secure the victory. They line up early, get themselves set, take their time with both robots balancing with plenty of time left, secures the victory for that Blue Alliance.
Smart move for the Alliance, knowing where they're at. These matches, you don't have to go out there and get the high score. The objective is get to the next game, the next match, right? So if you see that the situation is you're up by 10, 15 points, you don't have to risk it, right? You can just go up on that bridge, secure the points, get the win.
Yeah. Absolutely, that is a critical component to moving on, right? Yeah. And as you can see here with our completed bracket, now we're headed into a best of 3 round, our only best 3 round between the number 1 alliance and the number 5.
Yeah, and the story of these 2 alliances are quite different. I mean, the number 1 seed dominating basically every single match they've played in, getting their way through the upper bracket with relative ease, including knocking out this number 5 alliance at some point in in round 2, very early on in the tournament. Meanwhile, over here, that lower seed have been fighting and scrapping their way through with some very high-scoring and very close matches to get their way in the finals.
Yeah, the question is whether the Blue Alliance here can lean on that. They've had to fight their way through. They're ready to still fight, not ready to give up yet, and to give it all they got, right? Blue Alliance sitting comfortable, right? They've won every single one of their matches. I think based on, also including foul points, I wasn't able to take that out, but they're averaging about 226 points a match. With some of them having some penalty points there. Where the other alliance, unfortunately, I haven't seen a match where they're able to beat the 220, right? But you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen in the match. What hits, what pieces are going to be taken from the other alliance to see how it's going to change.
Yeah, you mentioned how many matches the Blue Alliance has played compared to the Red, and in this game, match flow and alliance coordination is so critical. It's really about how many cycles can you do, and that is a lot about staying out of each other's way and keeping everything going the whole time. Blue has had a lot longer to figure that out, but with 16-19. So it will be interesting to see if they're able to put 16-19 back in. We don't know what happened versus Red has played a lot less matches together, but I don't know.
Yeah, we saw 16-19 ended up going dead for about 30 seconds in 2 matches ago. subbing in 604, they managed to get the points that they needed for the Alliance to move on to finals. I think Blue Alliance is really going to be looking to have the 1619 robot available if they're functional.
Yeah, but no matter what, we're gonna get to see 2 matches, right? So both alliances can make adjustments and tweaks to their strategy. That's my favorite part of making it to the finals. It's just not one match and done. Both alliances can adjust, make changes, try some different strategies, try to see if they can edge out in there.
Yeah, it's almost like the Blue Alliance gets a little bit of a breather in that respect, despite we're in the finals here, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, they might maybe get a break.
yes.
Yeah,
All
a little bit less pressure, but also it's the finals, so there's also more pressure.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have probably the 2 highest scoring alliances so far at this tournament here in the finals of Chezy Champs. We're going to give these robots a few minutes to cool off, change their batteries, get their batteries charged, check all those belts, gears, the chains, make sure everything is lined up and ready to go. And we're going to get ready for final match number 1 here at Chezy Champs in just a couple minutes. We're going to send it down to the field. We'll be back after this match to tell you all about what happened and get you ready for our second final match.
Hello there. My name is Pat. I am the production director here at Chezy Champs and one of the many volunteers who are working behind the scenes to make this event successful. Now, we've got a programmed 15-minute break here before final match 1. It's built into the official schedule and everything. So we could listen to the YMCA another 3 or 4 times, or we thought we could put on a human exhibition match here of Charged Up. So we're going to get some of the other volunteers who are more behind the scenes. We're going to form 2 teams of 3 robots each and a couple of human players. And we're going to see if robots or humans are actually better at this game. So let's get everyone who's participating here on the field. That's me, Peter, Fletcher, Nick, Ryan Johnson, Travis, Tom, Ed, Jackson, and Diego. You all here? All right, so there should be 5 people over there. Okay, Red's over here. That's Peter, Fletcher, me, Nick. Where's Nick? Nick and Ryan. All right, cool. All right, you guys listening? We're going to go over some rules. Some rules. Oh my gosh, they're strategizing. I think...
If Blue Alliance doesn't stop talking, we're going to give them a penalty.
All right.
Delay of match.
Hey, come over here and listen to the rules. Travis, only 2 people talking at a time. All right, the rules. So we're going to respect most of the same rules as the robots. Obviously, we are going to exempt all of us from the size and weight rules. I think only Diego might fit within the weight restriction. We're going to try to minimize contact, so no shoving, no pushing. Just try not to touch each other. For safety reasons, please no jumping on or over the charge stations. You can walk up gently. We want to break the charge stations before the finals, right? Only 1 game piece at a time, like with the robots. No throwing of game pieces unless you're in the community, like with the robots. I think that's it. Any questions? No? Does everybody know where you're supposed to be on the field? All right, I'm going to pass it over to Stanford, who's going to introduce this match. So let's everyone get in places. Let's get these gates closed.
All right, let's meet the teams for this match. First up for Red, you know him, you love him, it's Pat. In the middle for Red, it's Peter. Last up for Red, it's Fletcher.